Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to stream. Happy Tuesday, probably. It is lovely to have you here, Josh and Sabs, and any lurkers, be they on Twitch or YouTube. Oh, I like video game references, Sabs. I like a good Easter egg. I believe there's a Zelda Easter egg in this game if I ever find it. Although speaking of this game, let's do the thing where we play the thing. Yeah, that. I entirely forgot where we were and partly who I was. But we just cleared out a big old bandit camp, and we're on the way to a place called Maker's End, which apparently is where Olin saw an image of a woman who looks just like me, possibly my mother, which is untrue because, of course, we know my mother is a stone. A big stone. But, you know, the principle stands. Yeah, Aloy, you can't drop past that sharp stick. There we go. I like this game. I think I still need some things from rabbits for various pouches. Don't look at me, it's fine. Where are we on the map? Okay, so this isn't anywhere we've been before, because this felt a lot like an area right near the beginning, around the Nora. It's interesting that it isn't. Oh my lord, I haven't explored any of this yet. Oh my lord, I'd forgotten about that redeem entirely. Oh, thank you, Sabs, for the sudden and jarring reminder. And yes, where we are on the map is indeed up its butthole. I don't really use slings is my problem. Like, that's a lot of shards to spend on something that I don't even use. Rattlers are nice, but again, I very rarely use them. And I don't know, I've got a warbow. I don't have this one, but I've got a warbow. This I already have, so I don't need to worry about that. And that I've got. Yeah, I don't think I need anything there. I might want to look at some not items, some outfits. Oh, I would like to have an extra stealth outfit. Because what do I currently have? I don't have the very rare ones for sure. Yeah, what do I currently? There we go. I've got Nora Survivor Light. I can at least get Nora Survivor Heavy if I'm going to be going the elemental defense route. But in that case, I would want this. It's just... my actual issue is that it's really ugly. So what I might go with instead is the silks and just add a bunch of modifications. Resist ranged attacks. There's nothing for resisting melee attacks, which is interesting. Oh, okay, that kind of comes along with it. Let's get some fire resistance. It's weird. I haven't really been hit by lightning very often. But it is a bigger number, and it adds some corruption, so I'll add that.
Let's work together.
Ow. Why did that hit me? Wow, I was trying to be better about that, and it did not work out in my favor. I mean, I caused a certain level of chaos, which I appreciate.
Before the shadow.
Move along now.
I keep telling them not to worry about it, and they keep worrying about it, which, like, I don't know. Seems like they don't believe me.
Stay sharp.
You know, Josh, that is
Patience.
actually a really good point.
I'll be able to take them out one by one if I stay out of sight.
It feels like the kind of game that would and should.
Whoa! Better not be. Just had you. I won't quit till I find you.
I thought you weren't going to quit until you found me. Yeah. And I don't think it would be the most difficult thing to fit into the
Scent
game.
from melted snow.
Not necessarily from a development perspective, I have no idea how difficult it would be. But from, like, a thematic perspective. Are you all eating the metal?
Right where he said it would be.
Ooh! Ooh!
Not a bad selection. I'll put those to use. Why are you doing this?
Because I want you to succeed. Good hunting. We'll talk later.
Wait! Damn him.
Yeah, Aloy, shout as loud as you can when you know that there are dangerous criminals around. There's a dude there.
All these ruins. What did the old ones do here?
So yeah, there's a lot happening over there. There's stuff happening over here. There's at least one corruptor about.
They're leaving.
Ooh! One shot. Where did you go?
She went that way.
Oh, jeez.
Might prove a challenge.
Don't blink.
That was needlessly extravagant. I approve. No, 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 no. You don't need to worry about it. This is not your jurisdiction. There's a dude there with Blaze. He would be fun to take out.
Corrupted Watchers. Acting as guards. The Eclipse and corrupted machines. Cooperating. One happy family.
Is that an alarm system?
Sniffing around.
Looks like it. By the way, chat, I know it's slow, but I love doing these missions stealthy. Batmaning my way through gives me genuinely so much joy.
That's right. No one here.
It is noisy out there. I'm pretty sure those aren't noises of goodness and happiness. Like that.
An explosion.
So weird, that sound it makes when I've got my focus up. Damn it, who saw me? I want more of these dudes with the blaze on their back.
You can see them. They can't see you.
That's right, Aloy. That is, in fact, the central component of the Batman principle. I don't even have to kill all of them. This isn't a... Hello, Summer. Absolutely, Josh. It's clumsy, but it's fun.
Can breathe again.
Oh. Oh man, this is way worse in the dark.
Snow chill. Itches.
I want me some glory hole.
Hi, Nikki. Me too. Did I get the multiple arrow thing yet? It does not look like it.
Calm, calm.
Okay. Now he's not snooping around anymore.
Don't mind me.
Summer, I think I know what you're saying, but I'm guessing your phone switched to switched to all caps for no good reason. And so it just says Snoopinga's usual, I see. And I don't know what Snoopinga's usual drink is. Is he a Bloody Mary man?
You're giving up.
Paula, thank you for the dudes. Oh! Oh, I thought your phone messed up. I mean, you don't need to apologize for a YouTube poop reference. I appreciate the fine, but I'm not going to say lost art, but nearly lost art of a poop. There are a few poopers who are still active. Ah! I begin to understand, Summer. It is indeed the funniest kind of joke, which is, and I mean this sincerely, sounds a bit like penis. I can't remember if Starstorm works anymore. Let me check. It does! Huzzah! No, take it out of context. Sabs, have we not just discussed the importance of poops? Which are fundamentally out of context?
These dig sites, they're massive.
You know what else is massive? The dick. Sabs, thank you for one of my favorite quotes. I was going to say in spite of the fact that it's silly, but that's a lie. Because it's silly.
I can get out of this.
Hell yeah, Summer. I can't think of a better reason to be into something. Okay, this side is cleared out. I think you're meant to come in through that side, and I just came in through the middle. I do want to pick up things like the supply crate, but if I can't, it's not a major issue. Whoops-a-daisy.
They call me Miss
Crystal?
Pig!
Hello! What were you up to? Thank you for the raid. Ooh, FF7. I played the original FF7 a few years ago and got like halfway through Disc 1 and just couldn't quite get interested. But how are you enjoying Rebirth? God, it's dark out there.
Low and quiet does it.
I'm so glad you're enjoying it. I've heard very good things about the remake. Although I've also heard that it's not really a remake. It's a bit more complicated than that because there are quite a few changes intentionally. There we go. That's so cool. I feel like if you're going to do a remake, that's the way to do a remake. Like, do weird shit with it. You've got the opportunity. Interesting. That's interesting to know.
Fight me.
Why would I fight you? You don't even know where I am, which is my favorite situation. That's an interesting take, Josh. That it is not only a remake, but also about remakes. Yeah. Go. There's a dude over there. There's a watcher over there. Let's make even more distance.
Quietly.
So cool. You can't see the moon. You can see the shadows it's casting.
Snow. It's not getting any warmer out here. All right.
And yes, I know that alerts everybody. But it also kills them in a very fun and flamboyant way. And really, if we can't kill baddies in a fun and flamboyant way, what even is the point? I was watching Greg earlier, and Greg just, like, rides into a bandit camp on the back of a charger and starts hitting things, and it really caught me off guard. It's such a different play style. Interesting. There's another watcher over there. There don't seem to be any people on this side. There's one dude over there. Standard solution.
They're scanning for me.
If possible, I would like to get some... I would like to get some height on this dude, although he jumps, so it barely matters. Well, the main thing is I don't want to have to deal with anybody else while he's there. Okay, I think he saw me. Controversial take.
Minutes anyway.
No, don't come this way. It's fine. Oh. By the way, if I ever miss anybody's message, please understand that my Twitch chat keeps disconnecting, and it is the most frustrating thing in the world. But I'm not ignoring you. So if he said something interesting and I didn't respond, please feel free to say it again. Go. What I like is he doesn't actually know where I am. He extrapolates where I am and throws rocks to try to get me. Which, you know, fair enough. But what it means is that if I go back into stealth in a different spot,
That's it.
he can't figure it out.
Already gone.
I will want those soon. Because these dudes are best served by setting them on fire.
Just stay out of their way for now.
But I want to get rid of his other weapon because it's super dangerous. He's got a grenade launcher on one side and then... Can't remember what it was on the other side, but yeah. I don't want to deal with his grenade launcher, I just don't.
Okay, no more sneaking.
There we go. Ow. I actually questioned some of these hitboxes game, but thanks. Ah! What hit me? Hang on, was this not even the place I had to come? I don't think it was.
Snow haze. What have they been uncovering here?
I gotta keep going. Neat. Anything else around here? Oh? A thing? Oh. Rat friend. God, I love... I don't like most post-apocalyptic settings. It really doesn't appeal to me. But I do have a special place in my heart for vastly post-apocalyptic. That appeals to me very deeply. Man, that static is getting worse. Yeah. It's part of the reason I could never get into Fallout as a series. I just...
Another explosion.
Man, the post-apocalypse just does not appeal. That is the scariest fucking thing.
All weapons operational. Time to get it moving and be quick about it. No daydreaming. Soon this demon will be up and running. Another
Has to be one of the Deathbringers Owen talked about.
So the Deathbringers are not the biggest machines, but I think the scariest machines. Unearthed ancient weapon platform built to deliver overwhelming force, prone to overheating. Now they, more than any other machine we've seen so far, make no attempt to mimic real life. They don't really have a purpose other than being weapons. So it's weak to fire and shock on the outside. It has a repeater cannon turret, which is insane. It's got a bunch of cooling rods, which are exposed when the machine overheats. Neat. So if you can destroy those, it causes high damage, and it overheats faster. It has a core that's also exposed when the machine overheats, and hitting that causes massive damage. Then it has a flamethrower and a grenade launcher. It's got a bunch of heat vents. Its biggest issue is overheating, and its biggest weakness and the biggest opportunity for us. It was you, Pez. I didn't tell them because I didn't know until now, but now you've confessed. Now, can you give their lunch back? I would like spring at some point this year. It's got a gun turret. It's got a swarm launcher. Bunch of stabilizers on the legs. Can cause the machine to fall inside. Neat. And a heavy cannon turret. Yeah, Piz, it sure has been a time.
I'll never get into that tower. Unless I destroy that thing first.
I do appreciate the fact that the game even pretends stealth is an option. So yeah, it keeps overheating. And the vents are weak to just plain tear. That's good. Huh? I'm going to take this very carefully. Oh, absolutely, Pez. It is the best. Saps, thank you for solving all of my problems. Yeah, my work laptop has Windows 11 as well, and I'm not in love with it, I'll say that much.
I've disabled his focus. Let's do something.
I'll handle it. Hitting that thing really hurt it.
Cool. That could have gone better. In any number of ways, actually.
Haven't you got anything better to do?
Man, y'all built this thing well.
I'm no use here.
Ow. I have no idea what they made this out of, but it is impressive.
Makes this a little easier.
Yeah, Pez, they're running a custom Raspberry Pi. Fortunately, this is the first Deathbringer you face, so it's actually much weaker than the ones we'll be facing later, of which there are several. Yes, very Big Daddy, except without any, like, moral complexity to them.
Steam's blasting out. I wonder if those are weak points.
What do you mean weak points? I killed it. We don't need to look for weak points anymore, Aloy. We found the weakest point, it being dead.
This will go a lot faster if you just come out.
Finally.
That is the correct decision, Paz.
It's heavy. Oh, it's going white.
One more dude. Who has to know what's coming for him, right? I've never played Sleeping Dogs. I've heard that it is a lot of fun. Ah.
Did it. Those things pack a punch. All right. That Eclipse officer had a focus. Let's see what's on it.
You know, I don't think Kung Fu is a traditional martial art, actually.
Let's see what you have to say.
Whoa.
What is this?
The entity lives. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Man, imagine if she hadn't dropped it and we had to play the rest of the game with one hand.
Hades? Hey! Mysterious stranger, did you see that? No answer, huh? Figures. Things just keep getting stranger. I need to find a way inside the tower. It's tight, but I can squeeze through.
Ooh. Ooh, that's like the mountain door that birthed me.
Hold for identiscan.
One of these again.
I've never played True Crime, but I can check it out.
Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Sobek. Please step inside.
Whoa, neat.
Dr. Sobek, you are 355,510 days overdue for your meeting with Mr. Farrell. Please proceed to the 35th floor.
Yeah, I think I missed my meeting, though.
350,000. That's hundreds of years ago. What's going on?
Yeah, that's almost 1,000 years ago. Aloy good at maths. Man, I thought this section was way later in the game, if it's the section I'm thinking of. I think I must have done a lot more side content in my own playthrough.
The protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, quantum encryption, black quartz stuff, way beyond military grade. That's what you demanded, so that's what we delivered.
You don't code something you can't crack. All we need is a backdoor. Upload the latest service pack update and the problem goes away.
You specifically forbade us from leaving anything resembling a backdoor in code. Every protocol to Black Quartz standard. Your words. Look, if you need me to fudge some projections, it's nothing we haven't done before.
I don't need fudged projections. I need a way to reassert control over the Hearts Timor swarm.
I don't know what to tell you, Ted. You're asking the impossible.
So, codes. They needed codes of some kind to control the machines. But they got out of control. Sounds bad.
Yeah, it sure does. Man, I'd actually forgotten some of these story beats, and they're really good. Nothing over here. You know, Aloy, you didn't need to do that, but I appreciate you doing it. No more... Ah, thought there'd be more audio things.
Or a statue of one, anyway. A machine built to kill. And they honored it?
Welcome to Faro Automated Solutions, where all the problems of tomorrow are being solved today. With over 25,000 human employees based in nations and corporate holdings across the globe, Faro leads the world in every sector of self-sustaining, fully automated technology. From revolutionary consumer products close to home, like the Faro Focus, to the dynamic chariot line of peacekeeping robots halting bloodshed in conflict zones across the globe, Faro remains committed to making the future smarter, brighter, safer, and always surprising. Faro Automated Solutions. For every problem of life, a smart solution.
Ah, yes.
Focus. 25,000 people? That's bigger than a tribe. So, they made machines and devices. I guess those things were common in their world.
Peacekeeping robots. That's definitely the thing we saw. Peacekeeping. Field Commandant Dying of the Indo-Malay Agricultural Combine arrived with his delegation. Refreshments to be served before their 10:15 sales presentation on the Chariot Line. Per instructions, food will be vegetarian only. 10:07 a.m. Sander Agnew, Vice President of Territorial Integrity from Fresh Grounds Coffee Global, arrived with his entourage. Refreshments to be served before their 10:30 a.m. sales presentation on the Chariot Line. Per instructions, we'll use Fresh Grounds Tacoma blend, no artificial creamers. 10:12 a.m. So that happened. Called security and janitorial to clean up the coffee that was spilled. Actually, more like thrown. I wasn't aware that the Indo-Malay Combine grows coffee beans, and that Fresh Grounds acquisition team has tried to take their fields, by force, repeatedly. I think Commandant Dying had Agnew by the hair for a second there. Who schedules these things? I'm going to drop a line to sales. This can't happen again. Thank you, Sabs. I will stretch and hydrate.
What was this place? What were they doing here?
It was a corporation. A group of people not unlike a tribe. And they made machines.
Yeah, go on.
I've uploaded some data files to your focus. They'll help you understand.
Elizabeth Sobek, born March 11, 2020. I wonder if anybody with at least a similar name was born then. Is an American scientist, roboticist, and engineer, widely regarded as one of the greatest minds of the 21st century. Born and raised outside Carson City, Nevada, she enrolled at Stanford University at age 13, earning a BS in experimental physics and computer science at age 16. She completed her PhD in robotics and artificial intelligence design at Carnegie Mellon University in 2040, and joined Faro Automated Solutions as a junior scientist the same year, rising quickly to chief scientist at the age of 22. Over the next 8 years, her green robot designs played a vital role in realizing the environmental cleanup and detoxification efforts of the clawback decade, propelling FAS to the forefront of its field. In 2048, she suddenly resigned from FAS, protesting the company's pivot to automated military technologies. In 2049, she founded Miriam Technologies, a firm devoted to life-positive robotics and other technologies. Miriam has since become one of the world's largest suppliers of green robots, winning numerous awards and accolades, including the 2053 Nobel Prize for Physics and the 2056 Rachel Carson Award for Environmental Progress. You know what, Pez? That would keep the peace. Bio, Ted Faro. Theodore Ted Faro, born December 24, 2013, is an American entrepreneur and business magnate. He is the founder of Faro Automated Solutions, the largest corporation of all time, the world's wealthiest individual, and the first ever trillionaire. Born and raised in Salt Lake City, Utah, he enrolled at the University of California, Los Angeles, where he studied business for 2 years before dropping out in 2033 to start FAS. Though it struggled at first, the company broke through at the end of the troubled 2030s with its popular line of personal servitors and bodyguard bots, and then exploded when its famous line of green robots led the race to solve the climate crisis during the 2040s clawback. God, that part is just so... such a nice idea that'll never happen. At the end of that decade, FAS opened a military defense branch, dominating the world market for automated military platforms by 2053. The success of FAS has made Mr. Faro the world's best-known businessman, one of its most sought-after speakers, and a major voice in politics, culture, and international affairs. Faro Automated Solutions is an American multinational corporate entity that produces robots for all walks of life, though its core business consists of military and defense contracts. As of 2063, FAS has ranked number 1 among the Fortune 5 by gross revenue and profit for 10 years in a row, a world record. Founded in 2033 by Theodore Ted Faro, an entrepreneur from Salt Lake City, Utah, the company developed several promising robot prototypes in its early years, but failed to break into markets dominated by then industry giants like General Synthetics and RE Corp. This changed in 2038 with the debut of the Elford line of levitating personal servitors, which generated exceptional sales, lifting the company into the Fortune 50 for the first time. Profits tripled in the 2040s as the company's environmental efforts, led by famed engineer Elizabeth Sobek, catapulted FAS to the head of that sector. In 2049, in the wake of successful green and climate cleanup efforts around the globe, worldwide approval ratings of FAS exceeded 90%, and founder Ted Faro was hailed across the media and social networks as the man who saved the world. Because, of course, it's the businessman who saved the world, not the engineer who did it. Very probably, Josh. Yet it was the emergence of FAS as a military contractor in the late 2040s that cemented its status as the world's wealthiest corporation, with a record market capitalization of over $23 trillion. By 2055, FAS controlled 61% of the market share for automated military platforms, holding contracts with 353 nations, transgovernmental organizations, and corporate entities. Today, its holdings exceed the second largest corporation, FB Moby Hell Global, by 321%. That's mad.
Now I know this must seem like a bizarre change in direction. I mean, we're Faro Automated Solutions, right? #1 robotics firm in the world. Why would we clear our production slate to fabricate human-operated vehicles and weapon systems, the relics of the past? All I can say at this juncture is... trust me, we will be exploiting a massive, growth opportunity by retooling and reallocating capacity according to my plan. So I will need revised projections of mass fabrication velocity across every pipeline within 36 hours.
So they were making machines, then they stopped to make other kinds of weapons? Why?
I think something went wrong. Call me a cynic. Yeah, I don't think Aloy knows what a trillion is.
The air. There's no smell to it. Not even old death. Nothing natural. Another cave-in. But I could get through.
From J. Friedkin to reception, subject re-complaint. Hey reception, if that's your real name. Want to know who scheduled Indo Malay right next to Fresh Grounds? That would be me, Senior VP of Sales. Want to know why? After a little hair-pulling incident, both sides increased their bids by 40%. I'll explain because your receptionist level brain probably requires it. Those two sides are fighting. And what do we sell? That's right, combat machines. We want them to hate each other. So they will try to fight each other with what? That's right, again, combat machines, which they will pay us a lot of money for. So I suggest you go back to serving coffee with a blank smile and let me do my much more complicated job. Thanks a bunch, Mr. Friedkin to you. Chat, can I kick a fictional person in the shins? Because I want to kick him in the shins. Like, a lot. I suspect by the time this stuff is happening, yes, the majority of it is robot v robot. Oh. Not the ideal way to get down to the next floor, but sure. Ooh, we're above here. Ah, there we go.
Looks like I can climb here.
But where's the fun in that, Pez? Do I... Oh, I have to go along the outside. There we go. Whoa. Hollow projectors? Can they still project hollows?
The FSP-5 Khopesh provides a one-size-fits-all solution to main battle force capability. Metamaterial construction delivers unmatched recoil dampening, allowing you to field any weapon package that conforms to your budget needs and conflict resolution profile. Patented biomass conversion systems allow extended emergency operations with minimal environmental impact.
Man, that's a mistake.
Processing provides simultaneous real-time threat analysis and legal review for autonomous domestic operations. Or control can be slaved to the Swarm's neural network for weapons-free force application. Either way, when it's time to call out the big guns, it's time to call Khopesh.
The Deathbringer. So this was the heavy hitter. Main battle force indeed.
Okay, are we going to ignore the fact that the thing can eat? Its energy source is just stuff that, like, biological stuff. That's always bad. Also, Sabs, yeah, it is an interesting thing. And I mean, it's heavy, but this part of the game is.
The BOR-7 Horus. Imagine your complete engagement ecosystem comprehensively managed by a high-speed learning machine network. Whether your need is to replace battlefield losses or intensify force projection, the Horus's onboard manufacturing capabilities mean you'll never get stuck waiting for the next arms delivered. Simply redefine your force parameters, and the Horus will fabricate additional units to fill the ranks for an affordable per-unit licensing fee. Meanwhile, the biomass conversion systems of other Chariot line models allow them to keep the Horus fueled, repaired, and ready, extending its operational tolerances beyond that of any competing Titan-class platform. That's the Horus advantage. Always regulating, always ready. The future of automated warfare made real today.
The Metal Devil. So these were Faro machines too. Manufacturing capabilities. They can make more of themselves.
More of themselves and more of the rest. How would you stop them indeed?
The ACA-3 Scarab combines conventional and information warfare capabilities in one package. Designed for high-speed, all-terrain reconnaissance, it boasts the world's highest survivability rating of any Scout-class autonomous agent. Maybe it's the Scarab's emergency biomass conversion systems that ensure it always makes it back to base, even if fuel supply lines have been interdicted. Or maybe it's the Scarab's ability to slave enemy robots to its own network. Now that's force multiplication. Add a prehensile manipulator arm that can handle a host of functions, from 360-degree less lethal riot management to surgical repairs of allied Chariot line models. And you've got the workhorse of any cutting-edge peacekeeping fleet.
The Corruptor. Slave enemy robots to its own network. It sounds like it's talking about how it corrupts machines.
Yeah, and I don't like any of that. Yeah. From Ted Faro to Paula Vasara, subject Spiritual Summit. Paula, recent events have sharpened my perspective, and I think that I and FAS in general have been neglecting the spiritual side of things. Oh my lord, he found Jesus. Not under any specific religious framework. Okay, he didn't find Jesus specifically, of course, but in a more general sense. As in not giving enough thought to our shared values, hopes, and aspirations for the afterlife. I'd like you to reach out to religious leaders of every stripe with the intention of scheduling a conference soon. Very soon. I'll have more thoughts about the agenda later, but for now, let's put out some feelers and see if we can lock something in. Make it a big tent. No kooks, but anyone with a credible audience. Let's go deluxe. Make it clear we'll spare no expense. But Jimmy could not save him. Yeah. FAS campus security log. Highest priority alert. Automated log note. All non-essential systems have entered hibernation. High priority alert. Automated log note. Full lockdown has been initiated. High priority alert. Due to the increasing frequency of violent protests targeting the campus, the security of FAS employees can no longer be guaranteed. Therefore, we have taken the difficult decision to shutter this facility indefinitely. Staff will be briefed on a block-by-block basis regarding proper procedure for archiving and/or disposal of project-related data and materials. HiSec and a crisis team will then conduct exit review before all areas are locked down. High priority alert. Priority messaging to all staff in E and F blocks. Treat the current lockdown situation as an exercise, but do not attempt to release the hatches or otherwise exit the buildings. Boy, that sounds like it's not an exercise, huh? High priority alert. A reminder that while HiSec personnel remain committed to employee safety during the current unfortunate events, personal firearms must be relinquished when presenting for identiscan. Oh my lord. And yet it didn't stop me from entering with my bow and my spear. So how good can it be? High priority alert. Additional public access roads en route to the campus have now been closed to relieve waiting time at the outer security cordons. HiSec reminds all staff that the campus remains off limits to the public. High priority alert. Following recent campus security issues, all staff are reminded that presenting for identiscan and displaying your security badge prominently at all times for image analytics are both mandatory. High priority alert. In light of recent acts of terrorism directed at the rapid transit system, HiSec now offers a Big Brother initiative to accompany staff traveling from off-site. Sign-up is required and strongly encouraged. 48 more entries in high priority. Additional entries corrupted. Yeah, I
Were angry at Faro.
don't think it went perfectly.
They blamed this place for something. Something bad.
I think I'm wrong.
It's like the way up. What's left of it.
We'll see. The thing I'm thinking of may still be later in the game, or it might be now.
Maybe a long way up.
Oh no, this is it, I
Frozen
think.
metal most of the way. Not making this easy, Dr. Sobek.
Man, I'm going through this game faster than I remember.
Guess I can too.
You know, what's the power source for this place? Because like the screens are messed up, but it's still receiving power, and a lot of it.
This began when they engaged in unauthorized offensive operations against robots and human personnel of the Hearts Timor Energy Combine. Now, I wish that I could relate that the crisis has been exaggerated, but it's not. The Peacekeepers have not responded to stand-down codes, and by all signs, they appear to be replicating at a precipitous rate. Now, what I can promise you, can absolutely assure you, is that I am already devoting every possible resource towards reaching a speedy conclusion to this issue. So when you hear the bad talk about us against this company in the days, maybe weeks to come, just bear in mind that we will get past this. And a day's coming when none of this will matter.
Peacekeepers. That...
Don't look at me. I mean, one would hope, Pez. You know what? Yes, Sabs, laugh at me. I deserve it. But yeah, basically the machines stopped listening. They went haywire and they started replicating themselves faster than they should. So, you know, the standard scenario when you give a weapons platform the ability to replicate itself. You know, now that I'm talking about, like, power sources, the Focus must have an amazing battery, because it's tiny. It's tiny. And it's still going. Honestly, Josh, given how much they're into, like, biomass stuff, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some amount of, like, using bioenergy in some way. I'm going up specifically because the game doesn't want me to go up. Oh, I went 2 up. I'm going to go back down now. From Stacey Anders to Robert Rescher, the subject Dolphin Vid. Bob, another problem to add to our big steaming pile. Apparently a fisherman in the Bandasea captured video of a Hearts Timor Horus unit refueling via biomatter conversion along the shoreline of Pulau Wetar, on a pod of endangered dolphins, no less. Quite possibly the last of their kind. Not to get graphic, but it looks like what happens inside a blender, as if the robot was whipping up a big pink swirling milkshake of dolphin chum. I did not read chum to begin with, and neither did you, admit it. Our suppression team has scrubbed it from 43 networks, but it's still propagating, so it's only a matter of time before it goes viral. The prepared statement feels grossly insufficient. Any suggestions? This one's a real stinker. I only went up because I thought they didn't want me to go up. Gimme. How do I obtain uppies? Oh! I was gonna say not that way, but then in fact the answer was that way. Oh, okay. So that was... coming up the shaft was just a shortcut.
A way up. All it takes is a few good handholds. All right, made it. Wonder what we'll find.
How long has this box been here? It contained meat, which Aloy was perfectly happy to take. I have concerns. Executive data storage. Secure 3 zettabyte storage rack, 6% power remaining. Again, thoroughly impressive after what must be at least 1,000 years. Hang on, I thought I saw something on the ground.
All data has been erased from this device. Do you wish to deploy alpha privileges to recover purged data?
Oh yes, I believe I do.
A file has been recovered.
A file? Ooh, a file.
Elizabeth, good to, it's been years.
Where's your legal team, Ted?
No need. I dropped all 18 lawsuits the moment you landed. I assume your daddy confirms this.
Alright, this promises to be interesting.
Perhaps we could have lunch brought in. You know, get reacquainted.
I know you, Ted. You screwed something up, something big, or you wouldn't have eaten the crow necessary to get me here. So, spit it out.
There's a glitch in the Chariot line.
Your killer robots?
Peacekeepers, yes, those.
So shut them down.
Obviously, Liz, we would, if we could. They're not responding.
Are you telling me a swarm has gone rogue, Ted?
It's worse than that.
Show me the data then. And I'll take that lunch. Alone.
Oh.
Faro brought Elizabeth Sobek here, but they hated each other.
Another file has been recovered.
This isn't a glitch. It's a catastrophe.
Fully aware. It's bad.
Bad?
Jesus, Liz.
It's not bad, Ted. It's apocalyptic. You built a line of killer robots.
Peacekeepers.
That consume biomass as fuel.
In emergencies.
And you made them capable of self-replication.
Limited, self-manufacture, controlled.
Not anymore. The glitch severed chain of command. The only nation this swarm answers to now is itself.
You think I did?
Everything else is just food. And at the rate it's replicating, Ted, it will strip the Earth bare in 15 months. We're not talking fall of civilization. We're talking extinction.
I get it, Liz. So how do I stop it while it's contained?
It's not contained. It can't be.
You know what I mean.
Right. Before the truth gets out, you mean?
Liz, I will do anything you say. Keep working it, and whatever you recommend, I'll do.
I'm gonna hold you to that, Ted.
The Faro robots threatened all life on Earth.
Yep.
But somehow she defeated them. The world of the old ones fell, but life went on, or we wouldn't be here.
A final file has been recovered.
Project Zero Dawn. Jesus, Liz. There has to be another way.
If there were a nicer way to fix your mess, I would have proposed it.
But this? This? When I asked you to find a cure, I didn't expect it to be worse than the disease.
It's not, Ted. It may be grim, but it's our only chance. Now sign the proposal.
Sign it? I can't sign that.
Yes, you can.
That? Liz, I cannot in good conscience sign that.
You've got a choice, Ted.
I know.
I'm speaking to you from a VTOL en route to U.S. Robot Command.
In 15 minutes, I meet with General Harris and the rest of the Joint Chiefs.
What? Are you crazy?
Now your choice is what I tell them. Sign, and I'll tell them the wealthiest corporation on Earth has guaranteed the funds necessary to build Zero Dawn. Exactly as I've designed it. Or don't sign, and I will make sure they and everyone else on this planet knows the real cause of the glitch.
Jesus, Liz. You don't have to threaten me. I'll sign.
Look on the bright side, Ted. From here on out, you get to do what you've always been good at. Footing the bill while others get their hands dirty.
God forgive me.
What made her solution so terrible? What did she do to stop the robots?
Executive access detected. Express lift opened.
So, we still don't know what Project Zero Dawn is. But we know it was something so big that he considers it worse than what was going on.
Should have brought a cart.
Fortunately, he's a hypocrite, so it doesn't matter what he thinks.
This doesn't add up. Sobek couldn't have been my mother. She lived ages ago. All this searching, and I'm still no closer.
That's your reaction to everything you've just learned? To whine like a spoiled child?
You should really try talking that way to me face to face.
As you wish. Do you really have no idea how monumental are the discoveries you just made, Aloy? I expected more of you.
So, you have a face. Got a name to go with it?
Of all the questions you could ask right now, that's the one you choose. I've spent decades searching the ruins of the old ones, trying to solve the mystery of what happened to them. For years, I've suspected that Thero robots destroyed their civilization, but I could never confirm it. And in minutes, you uncover more ancient knowledge than I have in a lifetime, and what you want to know is my name. Silence. That's my name. Now, why don't you try asking another question? Something less trivial.
I love silence. Let's be a bit aggressive.
If you're so smart, why do you know so little after a lifetime scratching around in the dirt? It's not my fault you're bad at what you do. I came to these ruins looking for Elizabeth Sobek, not because of the things she did centuries ago, but because people are trying to kill me right now, today. I've got bigger problems to deal with than your crap.
Congratulations. You just graduated from whining to throwing a temper tantrum. I'm sure Elizabeth would be proud. You need to get a grip on yourself and start thinking straight. Only then will you see just how big your problems really are.
What exactly are you talking about?
You've chased a personal riddle into a crowd of larger mysteries. The common thread is your connection to Elizabeth Sobek.
But what is that connection? She couldn't have been my mother if she lived centuries ago.
We don't know the connection yet. The only way to find out is to keep going, to keep making discoveries. Thanks to you, we've only just now learned that Thero robots once threatened to end life on Earth.
But it didn't happen. The Old One's civilization was destroyed, but life was saved.
Obviously. So, what did Elizabeth do? How did she stop the robots before all was lost?
What was Project Zero Dawn?
Exactly the question. Now, are you ready to go get the answer?
Of course I am.
Then why are you still standing here?
Not so fast, Silence. You've got some explaining to do.
I've told you quite enough. If you still got questions, be quick about it and stop wasting my time.
So far as I can tell, the Eclipse are just following orders. It's Hades who wants me dead. Who is he?
I don't know. The Eclipse describe him as a buried shadow, some kind of devil.
That thing that spoke to me outside, that made that focus explode. That was Hades. It didn't seem like a person or a machine. More like a phantom. With a terrible voice.
All that's certain is that he wants you dead.
Because of my connection to Elizabeth. Has to be.
Hades is using the Eclipse to resurrect Faro robots.
But if Elizabeth found a way to stop them centuries ago, if she made special weapons, maybe Hades is worried I'll do the same thing.
In some of the ancient data I've recovered, there are hints of so-called super weapons being developed. Maybe to stop the robots, the civilization of the older ones had to destroy itself. Now if that's enough talking, be on your way.
Oh no, I'm just getting started. You've been getting a free ride on my focus, risking nothing while I risk everything.
It's true.
All I have to do is take this thing off my head, and you'll be blind, deaf, and dumb. So quit complaining and answer my questions.
Very well. Proceed.
You said you've known for some time that Faro war machines destroyed the civilization of the old ones.
The evidence pointed that way. But until now, I never knew the full scope of their danger. That they could process organic matter into fuel, or that the Horus class could manufacture more robots. Like a cauldron on legs.
But the robots we've seen so far, the Corruptors and Deathbringers, they don't do those things.
Not yet, anyway. So far, we haven't encountered any that are undamaged. At full power, who knows what they're capable of?
That's a concern.
Who are you, Silence? And what are your intentions?
You really need to make this personal? I'm a lone wanderer who left his tribe behind a long time ago. An explorer of forbidden places, a searcher of lost knowledge. Exactly as I said.
Why do you know so much about the Eclipse?
I happen to know a lot about a lot of things. If what you're really asking is whether I work for the Eclipse or anyone else, I don't. I am nothing if not independent.
You've been using my focus to spy on me. How's that possible?
Every focus emits a signal, a voice, that only other focuses can hear. I know how to string those voices together, how to make them talk to each other, to communicate, even over vast distances.
How do you learn to do that?
Years of study and experimentation. In principle, it's not so different from how you override machines. I override focuses.
And you can spy through other Eclipse's focuses too.
Usually. All I'll say is that overriding the connections is complicated.
Interesting.
Is there any chance that Elizabeth Sobek could still be alive somehow?
It's highly unlikely, but not impossible. Some of the ancient data I've recovered includes mentions of life extension techniques. Pharmaceuticals mostly, an ancient word for medicine. But some were still trying to perfect ways of freezing and unfreezing people.
She got cryogenically frozen.
Freezing and unfreezing people?
Cryogenics, they called it. But there were problems with it. Given Elizabeth's technological acumen, I can't definitively rule out that she found a way to make herself immortal. But this is speculation. Wasting time.
Elizabeth told Ted Faro she was headed for a place called U.S. Robot Command to tell people about Zero Dawn.
The place still exists as a ruin. The Asaram call it the Grave Horde.
That's a damn good name.
Grave Horde. Cheery name.
You'll find it in the Eastern Mountains, buried under the tangled coils of a metal devil, or a BOR-7 Horus, rather, as we're learning to call them. I'll contact you when you get there.
I can't wait. Someday we'll meet in person, and your manners had better be improved. down will be a lot faster than getting up there, at least. U.S. Robot Command next. To learn the secrets of Zero Dawn.
Wait, is this not the way out? This is not the way out.
Sighting won't be easy in the snow.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite sequences in the whole game. I'm not actually going to continue with the main story quite yet. I mentioned earlier that there are just huge parts of the map that I haven't even touched. And I want to go check some of them out. So yeah, let's... I've got 2 skill points. Is there anything I want for 2 skill points? Nah, not really. A lot of things I want for 3 skill points. A lot of things. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff, Josh. Corrupted Zone, level 27. I'm level 27. I'm level 28. Isn't that just peachy keen? I'm gonna see if I can get this cup. As is typically the case, I'm not going to 100% this. I very rarely 100% games. But I do like to, what I call high percent to them. It's somewhere in there, isn't it? Although stream games, I tend not to even high percent. I just do as much as I think is fun.
Going down fast.
The fact that I can't get inside here suggests this is where I'm meant to be. And yet, no mug. Curious. Can I hop up there? Nope. Huh. I was really sure that the mug would be inside here somewhere. And that still feels right. Yeah, this is the right spot. on the map. Doesn't seem to be possible to get up. Ancient debris is what I'm looking for. Oh, it's not even inside. Ooh, I've got a full set of mugs. And then let's do this corrupted zone, why not? I can get rid of the flag. I'm not going in the right direction at all. Oh lord. Corrupted bellowbacks. And is there like no stealth? Because that's rough. I'm sorry, is that a corrupted Ravager as well? Lordy! And do all this without the ability to hide.
Okay, they're heading back.
Thank you, Sean.
No turning back.
Of course there's turning back. See, now I know that around one of the sides is a Ravager cannon, which if I can get is kind of the solution to all my problems. Can take the marker off my map. Okay. It wasn't going away, but now it's gone away, so that's fine. He's still got his cannon, and I would like to remove it if I can.
Be fascinating if they weren't looking for me.
Both of them are missing. No, he's still got his Ravager cannon? Jeez.
Back to your business.
There we go. Both without cannons now. Which super matters, because if I can pick up one of those cannons, I win.
The snow's got a bite out here.
Remember that thing I said about winning? I might not have completely. All the way. All the way? All the way. All the way. Do I at least have all the... Do I at least have the cup? I do. I've got the mug. You know what, let me save at the campfire first. Man, I went entirely the wrong way. There we go. At least now if I die again, I'll come back here. Oh, this is a different angle completely.
Keep quiet now.
Did I completely beef that? I think I did. Ow, lordy. Lord, could you not? Summer, I have played it before, but it remains genuinely one of my favorite games. It has its problems. But many of those problems are overshadowed by fucking look at it. That's what I was looking to do.
turn.
There we go.
That's coming with me.
Well, everybody else heard. I don't even know who everybody else is, but everybody else heard.
Here we go again.
I've got to say, that's the kind of section that does expose how reliant I am on stealth.
The snow's got a bite out here.
Okay. Ooh, there's a vantage point there. I might look into that. And there's some shell walkers along the way, which... maybe I'm strong enough to deal with them now. Probably not. Oh, there's many of them. That's the worst number of things with lightning guns.
This won't go quiet.
Ow. I mean, the Silent Strike did a lot of damage, a lot more than I was expecting.
I need this.
Somewhere around here is another vantage. That looks like a good vantage-y spot. I mean, that's definitely a reachable thing. There was a repelling point. See? See?
Easier when I was a kid.
So I go up from here? Doesn't seem like it. And there's something there. There's even a supply crate there. Come on. Aha! There we go. I just had to find the particular handhold. Wait. Is that one I can... No. There we go.
A pocket shitstorm tour, day one. Where better to start than at the end? Or where the end started, anyway. Ground zero. Where it all came crashing down. My career first, then everything else. And I mean everything.
So that is what the Faro building looked like. Man, the road leads right to the start of it. That should have been way easier than it was. I want to go back nearish to the beginning, because there is a ton of stuff that I haven't done here. Although, this is the Frozen Wild stuff, so I don't need to worry about that yet. This is the Grave Horde. I don't need to worry about that yet. What are the blue things? Are those ones I've done or not? I forget. You know what this really needs? There's a word for it. It needs a key. Yeah, so blue must be completed then. But these clearly aren't completed tall necks, so... Yeah, so these aren't completed. At least not all of them. Anyway, let's try to get these metal flowers and this tall neck before the end of stream. I think that's a reasonable thing we can do in about 30 minutes. Okay.
Never know when I might need these.
I do not want to deal with these guys. They're big and scary. And the fact that I am capable of beating them doesn't mean I'm eager to do so.
And one of these.
Man, that is really pretty.
save these for the trail.
Oh, these are Glinthawks. Man, they're bigger than I realized. Yeah. Ow! Jesus. I'm not even here for you. I'm just here for that. Oh, is that a hunting lodge? Yeah, it is. I want to save before things get worse.
There's theory for me.
Oh no. You don't have to though. It's like, it would be fine if you didn't.
Stop tensing up.
Chat, remember what I said about preferring stealth? Yeah, this is the why. Ooh, but that's enough skill points for a thing. Double arrow. Double arrow. No, where? Oh, I'm still a long way from the... Okay, I had incorrectly thought that they were between me and the campfire. That's why I killed them. I was incorrect.
You'll do.
Okay, let's try to get that flower. Duck! And there's the spire, as intimidating as ever on the horizon. Ooh, who are you? You're a stalker. That is a new machine. I mean, it technically isn't. Ambusher with light-bending stealth abilities, explosive mines, and a powerful ranged attack. There's a dart gun, a mine launcher, and, most importantly, a stealth generator. If you can knock that out, you have a much easier time. The girls are fighting. Oh. Bye, I guess. I see you there.
Stay still, breathe slow.
Whoa! Oh, so too.
Run if you can. If you can hear me, please get help.
What are you shooting at? Oh, it is him that they want to beat.
Please help me. I have a family.
last.
Hey! Can I get there in time? I cannot. Ow, excuse me? That was invigorating.
I think I'm in the clear.
Hey, do you all mind if I loot the bodies of your dead friends? That's cool, right? Yeah, that's cool. Thanks for being so understanding. There's nobody else about. I might as well.
I can get out of this.
Those echo shells are super useful for making tear blast arrows. Which is why I did want to fight him. That's a sawtooth, right? Yeah. Who else is with you? Oh, just some grazers. That's not that scary. Oh! Man, I tried to do the silent strike, and it didn't work.
Keep quiet now.
Oh, there are two of them. Neat and terrifying. What it does mean is that if I can override one of them, he'll save me a lot of trouble.
God, I found this.
Now. Gotta find the flower. Man, I feel sorry for that brazier. Like, it 100% did nothing wrong.
Grab this now.
Okay, I'm way outside now. The flower be up there. It seems possible. Ooh, pretty. Hey, it's in here.
What made these flowers? And why?
Okay. I'm gonna go for the tall neck next. Oh.
They're angry.
Okay. 2 was a problem. 3 is ridiculous.
I felt that.
Oh. Son of a bitch. Yeah? You wanna keep moving like that? Man, this 2 hours at once nonsense really works.
That was worth it.
She sounded incredibly sarcastic.
That's it. Nothing to see here.
Boy, visibility is
Storm's been in here
0.
for a while.
Chat, did you know that there are stalkers in this area? Shocking, I know. There's been so little evidence of them. Thank you, Sabs. I will stretch and hydrate. I would forget to do these, you know, quite fundamental animal things if I weren't reminded. That's a stormbird. That's not a Glinthawk. That's a scary one. At least I think it is. No, that's a... Yep. Thank you for the dudes, Paula.
Another signal.
Three of them? This is getting out of hand.
Stocking up. I must be closing in on the signal.
Ah, shit, the leaves got in my way. Oh lord, please let this be climbable. Because that would be a good way to not have to deal with this dude.
Low and quiet does it.
Where is that toll neck? You know, that's something you would think would be not that difficult to see with your focus. Oh no. This has not been my stealthiest performance yet. Whoa! Who's been clear cutting? Trying to deal with y'all. I just want to do the toll neck. Why is that so difficult? Where even is it?
That's the test.
Away from me. Yeah, that's the sound I wanted to hear. There we go. Can I get to you from here? Looks like no. I've got to climb up there somehow. shooting me now. Okay, so it goes around this tower. Chat, they're being mean to me. They're bullying me, chat. I did not know they could do that. Lordy. Oh, Lordy. They're big chickens, Sabs. You failed to take that into account. They're like the biggest chickens.
Pass the test.
What do you mean I down? Didn't I go up? Didn't I climb up? I did. And I seem to have made it much more difficult for myself than I needed to. Not these chicken saps. These chickens have no meat. They're like some sort of impossible chicken.
Here we go again.
Yes!
Alright. Now I just have to reach its head.
Yeah. That's all I have to do. There we go. And that's the best dang EMP we've had so far. Oh! You know, I did not know they could deal damage. I think all of these logs are basically the same. They're trying to connect to something. Aloy wouldn't know, but we can guess it's probably a GPS satellite or something of the sort. Not getting a response and giving up. I'm just going to get to a campfire, and then that will be that. Okay. There were some hairy moments there, but I had fun. Let's see whom's we can raid. Who's live?
Whoa!
Thank you for the sabs. Who can we raid? I'm surprised Barry's finished already. Oh, Cahill. Cahill's doing Bloodborne. Anyway, thank you all very much for joining me. So we discovered not really what Project Zero Dawn is, but that Project Zero Dawn was a thing. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, whatever time zone it is for you. I'll be live again on Friday, 5:30 Eastern Time, where I will be continuing with this. I'm also going to be, tomorrow, hopefully, playing something with Alphonse, the Coffee Corner. So we'll see. Hopefully that happens. But so long, I hope you all have a wonderful time. Say hi to Cahill for me. Have a good one, everybody. Ciao.